Hello, hello.
Hey there.
So, how are things? How are
Uh,
things? How have things been? Tell me everything.
Pretty good. I entered a tournament for the first time in maybe like a couple weeks yesterday. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have like super high expectations, but it was cool to get back on the horse and see everyone again. It's been a minute.
How'd you? That's absolutely. How'd it go?
Oh, it was all right. I uh I think like round one, I played some puff player I never seen before, and like kind of like narrowly won game one, and then four stocked them game two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then I played a pretty good Ganondorf player round two, and uh, I like didn't know what to do. I feel like, and uh, I I think if I forget how bad I lost game one, but game two was fairly close, and I wasn't like edge guarding him at all. So
Mm-hmm.
I think had I done that, I probably feel like I could have won. But like, despite uh, like not having a very concrete plan in neutral or punish, but I had some good conversations with him and some other players there just about like that matchup in general, and then I played a Fox player in losers, whatever the first round of losers I was in. I beat him, and then I lost a close set to another Fox player who I play pretty often. But again, uh I wasn't like playing to my potential. I think so. I'm not like too like what's it called, like beat
Well,
up
it's your first day
over
back.
any of those losses.
It's your
Yeah,
first day back. It's if
yeah,
nobody plays their best on their. Well, okay, some people do, but those people are freaks.
yeah.
Um.
But
so.
I was telling that Foxfire, like I think I'm definitely like experimenting with like a lot of new stuff, and like I didn't really like have super high expectations given that like I'm kind of changing a lot of things in my game plan and like trying to see things a little differently. So uh there's like refinement that still needs to occur before I feel like I need to approach it with any sort of like expectation.
Mm-hmm. So, what are some of the stuff like? So, with the Ganons, with that kind of said, uh, is were you thinking that today would be a good time to like look at how to break down like characters like Ganon more quickly? Like, what did you? How do you feel is like? You said you didn't really have much of a plan about Ganon, so can you tell me about that? Because I feel like Ganon is like a pretty straightforward character, but I can also see like how Marth isn't really suited. Like if you're planning on using like hitboxes to like contest him, um, I can see how Marth isn't necessarily the best equipped character for like picking him apart. A lot of times it's more based around like just kind of setting up a favorable mix-up on his landing because he's like kind of laggy, and then create
Mm.
and then like doing an auto combo on him. Um, yeah.
So uh the one of the players I was talking to about this is a Fox player, and that's the same Fox player I lost to, and um, I feel like we have like similar like approaches to the game, and we were just kind of like on commentary, just kind of laughing about this because we were watching this Ganon player play some other people, and we were like, why are we like always trying to like whiff punish this guy? Like his moves suck. Like I. I was just like feel like I just kept trying to like dash dance and then like whiff punish him and then like I just end up in the corner and then I would eat a like just a random jab or like random tilt or a F air or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um so I feel like I wasn't just like trying to hit him enough. And I also
Hmm.
was kind of I realized that and then kind of looking back I also realized I was just like playing very like like scared for some reason. Like I was in shield a lot and getting grabbed quite a ton, and I feel like I wasn't like actively trying to grab him, which is where I feel like uh that's where I was gonna get like most of my uh punish game going, just off of like tech chasing him.
Yeah.
Um and I realized like I I was just so afraid of getting hit that I wasn't even like trying to approach him really. And so yeah, I think like that's kind of like what I took away from it. That and just like the edge guarding, which is pretty simple. Um, but yeah.
I'd agree with all of that. Because, like, yeah, so there's kind of like a duality of Ganondorf in that we need to, like, getting hit by his moves is bad, so we do want to, like, kind of, like, play somewhat evasively in response to them, because they are slow, they are punishable. But at the same time, like you've pointed out, we also run out of space. And we can run out of space pretty quickly, because his moves are quite big. So there's kind of like a duality there in that we need to put up some sort of defense. We have to do something about what he's doing. How much? Depends on who you ask. But like we have at the end, but we can agree that there's a need to like present some sort of threat and challenge him on the basis of our faster attacks. Because if we don't do that at all, then yeah, you're right. We just wind up in the corner and get bulldozed. If you'll recall, I think this has been a bit of a recurring theme for us. Like a lot of like what we found out versus that Peach player last time is that like yeah, we need to put up more of a defense. Like we need to like contest her in the spots that we're good, especially in the spots that we're good. And we need to just like we need to like be a lot more stubborn about holding our ground and like and letting her know that like hey, we're not going to like let you do your thing just because you want to. We are going to like put up an obstacle. So, I feel like this is where a lot of our gameplay is leaning towards in terms of development. What do you think is it that like what do you think is it that makes you so afraid of getting hit by these characters? Like what is it about them that gives you like that makes you like not believe in your ability to do that? Because I think that like there's more to it than just like I think there's a little bit more to it than what's going on here. And maybe I'm wrong. I could totally be wrong. But like is it that you just don't think your moves will win? Like, yeah, talk to me.
I guess. I mean, I don't even think that there's like a like super like concrete like reasoning in my mind why like I'm just like not trying to use moves more often or swing too much. I guess like in my brain it's like the like maybe it's that it's not even in like every matchup, it's just like in the ones I feel like I play most often, like getting that whiff punish is like the like ultimate goal, and I feel like I like default to that because like you could get like a million, I don't know, like random stray hits and then have it lead into nothing when like a single grab, like I guess like against Fox, and I'm not saying that's like this works for the whole cast, but that one grab is like your ultimate like win condition in the sense that like you can get a kill off that quite like straightforwardly.
Sure, but this is okay, cool. So now we're getting somewhere because my what I would challenge you on is you're saying we can get 100 stray hits. Okay, but shouldn't some of those stray hits lead to, if not, no, shouldn't some of those stray hits lead to conversions where we get the grab?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, doesn't that just represent a different way of going about getting the same thing that we're talking about, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, so with that in mind, I think that like what we have a need for is to understand how our stray hits can be more economical. So like, let's take this here. I've created a very simple save state with Ganondorf. And my question here is, how do we turn this into a combo? Like, how do we... what if he's doing this shit, How can we contest him and turn our move that we're contesting with into a combo?
I mean, off of a move. I mean, yeah. I was thinking there.
Like, this seems good.
Yeah.
And I don't see why this wouldn't work on, like, Fox and stuff, too. Like, we could probably nair in something like that. Like, that seems good.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, but I feel like what usually happens is we do something like this.
Yeah.
But, so what we have a need for, in my opinion, is to understand when the opponent's out of stun and what, like... So, like, when is the opponent... Like, look at how much stun we have on our moves. And granted, this is on no DI. Like, I've done that deliberately just so we have more control. But you can see, like, you can see what I'm getting at. Like, because the amount of stun doesn't change. The amount of stun doesn't change. All that changes is the direction. Like, if I have him DI away, for example. See what I mean? That still works. That still works. I might not be able to nair after it, but, like... it still works. Oh, wait. Because it's a recording, it won't DI like this. Never mind. My bad. But you still get what I'm saying here.
Yeah. And it's funny. I mean, I've had this conversation. I actually was just talking to... There's a very good Marth player who attends a lot of our events. And he was watching me play a Peach at Collision. And it was another Peach player we both know who's pretty good. And the Marth player, they were like, yeah, you're doing like really good, but every time you like win neutral, you just like kind of like run away and like reset, like just push the advantage. It's like I know you like playing neutral, but like you gotta like actually when you win, like get what you can out of it. So I feel like this is a very similar issue. Or, well, I mean, it is the issue we're discussing.
But, like, you can see how, like, it's solved. It's just, like, all we do is, like, we hit, like, we just confirm we hit them with the tipped fair in the air.
Yeah.
And then we just go. We just, like, we just press the gas.
Yeah.
If we confirm we hit the tip nair, we, like, and we press the gas. And it's, like, it doesn't really matter, like, if our option is optimal or not will reveal itself to us in time.
Yeah.
Like, if our option is good or not will reveal itself in time, but we will never know if we don't go for it. Like, heck, you're leaving some of the funniest combos in the game on the table, too. Like, triple nair?
Yeah.
And it's like, you can do this stuff. I've seen you play. I know you're capable of that stuff. Like, this is not hard. These aren't hard confirms I'm doing. But one of the things that I want us to keep in mind is that there's an opening, like, so there's two things that I want us to keep in mind. One, fair does a lot of stun. Like, tipped fair does a lot of stun very early on. So, if I consult the mighty and powerful I need data, just to, like, just so that we can get some, like, just so we can throw some numbers at you. On Fox at 0%, assuming that this is not crouch canceled, your tipped fair does a whopping 26 frames of stun. So, I want to be clear that there is still travel time where you have to fall an L cancel. But your L cancel is 7, which means that you have 19. So, and then you would need another 7 to grab him. So, would you say that Marth is usually falling for more than 13 frames when he hits a falling tipped fair? Probably not.
Yeah. So
that's just like, assuming he's hit in the air, that's just a confirm. That's just a thing you can do to people. This is also part of why that Nair works on Ganon, because Ganondorf takes 25. So Ganondorf's an immense like weight accounts for a whopping 1 frame difference in terms of stun here. So your attacks have a lot more in common on different weights than they might think, like especially early on. The reason I bring this up is because it is important for us to try to standardize our decision making so that we can convert those convert those things like those early hits into advantage. And this is one of the key ways that we do that. Let's look at Nair 2. Like similarly, so base knockback 50. So base knockback 50, like it does 20, like on Ganon, the second hit of Nair does 28 stun. On Fox, it does like 28 frames of stun. On Fox, it does, God, let me grab him. It does 28 as well. So the same type, and remember, whenever you hit somebody out of the air with a move like Nair, when they hit the ground, they're also going to go through the auto-cancel landing lag, which is another 4, which for most characters is another 4 upon landing. So you really can just autopilot a lot of like aerial into grab combos if you actually anti-air them, because in the travel time that they're stunned, plus 4 frames when they touch the ground, that is your window. It's actually very generous. Do you see what I'm getting at? Like, we don't have to back off, like, very often. Is that something that, like, and this is how we make, this is how we make those moves turn, like, those stray hits, turn into big damage. Because even if it doesn't true combo, remember, the opponent, like, even if the opponent goes slightly too far for us to, like, true combo, remember, the opponent's under pressure the entire time that we hit them away like that, right? Because when if we're coming in and they're just getting out of stun, this is where a lot of baits occur, like a lot of offensive baits occur. When people hit the ground and they've just DI'd out of the combo, like they've just DI'd far enough to make sure that the grab isn't true, but they still have to make a decision on landing. This is why a lot of like Nair to like dash forward into like that like tiny dash dance in front of them into grab works on like Fox and Peach and so forth and so on, because they push the button to protect themselves, because they know if they don't, that the normal grab pursuit just gets them. So I think that this is a dimension of the character that we need to like appreciate a lot more. Like not just like doing the attacks, but doing the things after that follow them after we hit confirm. I think that is like the number one thing that we need to get better at and to like see return on investment for like everything else. But I'll leave it to you. Do you think that this is something that you have confidence in your ability to work on today?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. So I'm going to give you my spectator code, and like if you need to like experiment, or if you want to go into direct with me to like play around with some ideas, like absolutely fine. But I really think that like this, I think that this is the number one thing that we need to like focus on. Because I mean, like if the really good Marth player thinks so too, and the Fox player you were talking with has a similar like viewpoint, and I have a similar viewpoint, like surely we can't all be wrong. Yeah.
I'm going to here start the broadcast. I'm just gonna try and hold W and see what happens.
Honestly, like it's weird giving a Marth this advice, but like let's hold forward. Like, once we hit confirm, let's hold forward and see what happens. If we need to like break or like dance around their counter hit, fine, but like let's try not to. Let's try to be very direct. Let's try to be as direct as we can for a change.
Okay.
I did not think he could make that.
Neither did I, but
Okay,
that was crazy. That's a great tech.
Absolutely. I'm noticing we're not hitting some of our jump cancel grabs. Are those intentional? Like, are you trying to dash grab on some? Okay.
I think I need a couple of games probably to.
Okay.
That sucks for him, but.
Try to go for like we'll still do the like running down tilts and stuff, but after we hit the down tilt, let's look for the grab really aggressively. Like baby dash dance is fine. Holding, but like down tilt into grab is absolutely something that should be on the table for us.
Yeah.
And for our edge guards, let's just try to use like forward air as our default option if we're not sure what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll hit like I think that the idea is that we're gonna like use our pokes a lot, but we're gonna try to like hit confirm. Like we're gonna use our like pokes and combo moves a lot, but we're gonna try to hit confirm off of them, like into like a bigger punish. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the right idea. That's the right idea with how you hit the fair, then you like convert it to dash attack, and then you went for like the finisher. We just want to like hit the finisher now. Like that's it. Perfect. That's the theme.
Oh.
It's all good. I bet it felt really good to hit that like fair into like forward smash though.
Yeah.
And that, you know what? We didn't get the conversion there, but it still counts because we went for it. Because we're trying to, like, get the conversion off of our hits.
Mm.
Love it.
He's gonna... Oh. That's a great sword. I thought he was gonna be, but...
Love it.
Oh, should have just went out there.
It's all good. Try to go out facing forward. You have more.
Yeah.
You have more stuff facing forward. Beautiful. You sound tired. Everything all right? Sleeping well?
It was literally just this day because what's it called? The after tournament dinner and then all that stuff. So got home pretty late.
No need to explain. I've been to those. It's all good. You don't need to say anything that'll incriminate us.
Yeah. Well, it's a mix of that and the public transit in my city is interesting.
Gotcha. Yeah, because you can't drive after that.
Well, it's I wouldn't even say I had that much to drink. It's just it's weird. We have like a pretty for the United States, we have pretty robust public transit in Philly, but it's not super reliable sometimes. So sometimes you're just kind of waiting for a while and then what's it called?
I still count that as a win because we went for it. Like, what we're learning here is that these higher percents, F smash is kind of hard. So maybe we have to, like, feather him more off the stage with, like, fairs into up B or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe some of these needed to be, like, reverse up B. But, like, we are now learning that. And the thing is, now we also are getting more appreciation for our pokes and how they set up, like, how they set the opponent up. We don't have to, like, just look for, like, the big hit, because we have, like, ways of creating, like, opportunity with our, like, simpler hits. This is why this is why I think that, like, Marthritis, while it is real, I think that people, like, sometimes shoot themselves in the foot by, like, playing off of their, like, main pokes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, what is going to get, like, if we had a bead there, for example, right? Like, what, because it's like, it's the part of the question I always have is, like, how are we going to get the opportunities for these big, heavy moves? Like, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. The other thing I want to point out is that, like, you going for all these hits is getting him to shield.
Yeah.
So, like, which is making the grab easier for you to hit.
Yeah.
Like, he's shielding more, he's crouching.
Oh, that was... Fox players being Fox players.
Yep.
I don't know whose brain goes for dash attack there. I should have forward through.
That's okay. So now we're learning there's a percent component. Like, we needed to extend that because we weren't at the right time. But, like, we could have probably re-grabbed off that fair. We could have probably, like, up-tilted. We could have done, like, other, like, things that were a little bit faster. But these are, like, we're learning how to convert off these, like, little hits more effectively. Because all of this is information. Like, that was the right percent for it, like, in the right trajectory on that DI, so we got the kill. Try to, like, instead of going for, like, down tilt after our aerial, if he's keeping that much distance, try going for a second aerial. Be greedier. Yeah, delete that stock. Like, fuck this guy. Whoever he is. Screw this guy. Let him.
Yeah, I think.
Let him suffer. Yeah. He thinks he's like so.
Yeah, I think that tilted him.
Yeah, he's just like jabbing, running around jabbing. That's his problem, though. If we want to fight somebody else, we can do it. But I think this guy is like honestly a good level for like practicing this stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
On that note, down air into grab, not a bad idea on this guy.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my god, what were you trying to do to him?
I was trying to quickly jump and then, what's it called?
Were you trying to turn around down smash? If you were, that's
no,
like
I was trying to, what's it called? I was trying to,
just rip an F smash, it'll kill him.
Yeah. I was trying to down air. I shielded.
It's okay. Ah,
Yeah, I was trying to jump and then hit the backside of down air.
gotcha. That makes sense. I have a feeling this guy's leaving.
Oh, he did leave. It is searching. My Slippy does this weird thing sometimes. I think it's something to do with my internet where like I'll connect to somebody and then it'll kind of like wait on like the like waiting on opponent for a bit and then like we'll like immediately like we'll get into the game like after a bit of time and then it just says like disconnected. It's weird.
That is weird.
Oh, I got Falco.
This is good. We can absolutely, like, all of this still works. Because the thing is, what we're doing is we're just trying to, like, improve, like, we're trying to improve our appreciation for our hits against, like, everyone, including these guys. See, that gave it, like, that knockdown gave us a tech chase.
Yeah. Oh, he thought. Oh, and I thought.
The thing is, like, I know that if you just play your normal style, you can probably beat these guys, like, very consistently. But, like, the important thing is that we're, like, stepping outside of our comfort zone. Because, like, you can... I think you can feel like this is a lot more powerful, or will be in the long run.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because instead of having to hit, like, a frame 7 move that, like... instead of having to hit a move that hits on 7 and 8 with, like, no disjoint, with, like... Or, like, a very narrow disjoint on it, on his hand... You instead hit, like, you can hit moves that are, like, active significantly sooner. Like, yeah, he didn't want it. He was out of here. Like, we have moves that are, like, way faster, way bigger, like, way better, that beat other moves, that cover giant swaths of space. And now, all of a sudden, those all lead to, like, the punishment on that 7-frame move. Like, it's just, like, it's so much more efficient. We're creating, like, a much more efficient system.
Oh, I don't know if you can see.
It's like frozen,
I'm in a game.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's loading now.
It's disconnected. Yeah, but that says disconnected. It's weird.
Okay.
So that I literally I forget who in the Slippy team is the guy that everyone knows that isn't Fizzy. But I talked to him for a bit and he was like it's something to do with your internet service provider. So unfortunately I gotta deal with this problem whenever it happens. But yeah, I definitely see the strength in that. And I think like going for the tech chase in more situations, I think we like discuss like avoiding going to platforms. And seeing how like I don't know, I feel like my like flowchart, like especially versus Spaceys, used to be like kind of like try to get them to like I don't know 20-25% and then like get them onto that top platform, and now I'm kind of like rethinking like why I don't know, is that like beneficial when I can just like have a more straightforward tech chase?
Yeah, like, so, like, that with Rat right there would be a great example. So I would say that there's no reason not to grab him there and go for the tech chase, because even if it's awkward for the platform, remember, you can throw him in any direction.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, maybe it's, like, it's more straightforward in the sense that, like, up throw is good, but, like, we can always just toss him off the stage and, like, see what happens. And that's I think a thing that's like been I think that's a thing that like sometimes we lose sight on. Like a lot of times the game offers more than one solution for us. So on that one you actually had a guaranteed spike had you tipped the fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm still glad that you like went for it. I would have maybe like if you're going for soft fair, I would have considered following him off.
God. It's another one of those. I don't know why his brain thought of spot dodge there.
Because it thought of spot dodge. Why do we like? We don't. Who cares? Like so at that one. So because the up tilt is doesn't really do much, maybe we throw him off stage there. Yeah, you're like killing them way faster now. It's good.
Oh. Kind of had a lapse in thinking in there.
Don't be afraid to mix up your throws either. Like remember, if they're holding off, just up throw him. Like just randomly up throw him. Because like if he DIs up like off stage on up throw, you just spike him and he's dead and he loses the game.
Yeah.
So this is another, and like if he DIs inward on that one, what? He goes on the side platform? Okay.
Yeah. And lots of Falcons today. Oh, is he there? Okay. Yeah, even like right there, I kind of like ran forward instead, and that felt.
Felt good, bad, terrible.
Good, yeah, definitely. I said talked and then immediately getting comboed.
Yeah, it's all good.
Dead. Oh.
I get it. Yeah, because I've always felt like with your level of execution, especially with your movement and like move placement, like I was like, yeah, like I don't understand why we're not like beating these people to a pulp sometimes. And then it's like, we've like really slowed down and analyzed your game, and it's like, oh, it's because we are literally not trying to beat them to a pulp. It's like, oh, that is a bit of a structural flaw, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great tech. I don't think he meant to do it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It was a good move. We got to deal with it. Love that. Like you're going for so many more like kill confirms now. Like that the soft aerial into like the back air, like there's so many more things like on that one. I would say go for the grab after the soft fair. And the reason is, remember, what are his fastest moves on the ground? It's his shine and his shield and his spot dodge, right? Well, grab interacts well with two of those. Because if you outrange the shine, then the shine doesn't usually do anything anyway. So it's just the spot dodge that we're not beating. Whereas when we down tilt, we're like playing for the clank on the shine, we're allowing spot dodge to do its thing, and we're allowing shield to do its thing. So don't like why would we, right? So it literally is more like it has, even though it's safer, it's also less likely to work, the down tilt.
Yeah.
Which I think is a way to like look at it that a lot of people like struggle with. But like if we're gonna hit the down tilt, like he has to do something that's really out of character for him. Like he has to try to jump basically. But then grab is still good against that with most timings anyhow.
I should have just ran up there.
Or grab the edge.
Yeah. Oh.
empty land grab. Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
the type of thing that I wouldn't see. And you just saw how you hit that fair into like late up tilt. This is why I mean like just attack and like tap into grab. Nice.
There you go. Yeah, the tomahawk grab is definitely something I've been like trying to. I've noticed like when I've been like swinging more, like people kind of just start shielding or doing whatever, and I'm like, oh, now I know why like this works.
Yeah, it's a mix-up. It's a true mix-up. Because remember, defense in this game is hard. I love that you just like aerial and grabbed him, like.
Yeah.
Like, that looked downright professional. I might say. Don't be afraid to go for like when they start crouching or like holding their shield and their feet are exposed. Don't be afraid to go for down air grab.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't be afraid to go for like the juicy stuff. Like, see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that, like, you could have gotten, like, because I saw the idea there, and yeah, you could have gotten, like, a third kill right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
With, like, a smidgen of execution, yeah, that was, like, a third kill.
There you go.
It's like, we're just deleting them. We're just, like, saying, get out of here. I bet it feels great, too, because it's just, like, all of your, like, moves in neutral now suddenly have so much more purpose to them. And I feel like that's sure. Like that's a thing that you like structure. You like the idea of like this like combat system. The thing is like punish and neutral are very closely connected. Like at the end of the day, punish is what informs neutral, what the things to avoid are. So what you are doing by doing this is you're increasing the list of things they have to not get hit by like tremendously. It's not good enough for them to just like not to just avoid the raw grabs. They also have to now avoid, like, the nairs. They have to avoid the fairs. They have to avoid... Like, they have to avoid, like, 6 other moves. And it just overwhelms the system, because they can't, like, beat everything. This is why Marth is, like... This is why Marth is like a top tier like insane character who's like one of the best characters of winning of all time. It's because he like once he's in the natural advantage states and he gets them very easily, he can just push advantage. And this is what we are like learning how to do. Like there's like we're playing probably the second most winningest character of all time. Like, and the only reason somebody's in front of him is because there was a freak of nature who won everything for 6 years on the friggin' high tier. So, like... yeah. This is, like, the second or third most winningest character of all time. We should be pushing harder than, like... We can do better than just, like, tap and, like, move out of the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a little funny. I feel like probably like the most well-known Marth in like the history of the game is like almost a little responsible for like I don't know, this I feel like
there's like
just like the focus on grabs and just like nothing else is
Mewtwo
kind of
King?
Just like the Mewtwo King effect.
You know, I hear you, but at the same time some of his most like signature moves are not grabs.
Yeah.
Like the overshoot dash attack to like create like overshoot dash attack is like classic Mewtwo King, and it's one of like his most infamous setups, and I feel like it's just not something that people talk about. Also his nairs back in the day, like God, he was so good at nair. Like
I was actually my friend shared that Juggle Guy clip. That like where it was like Juggle Guy Mewtwo King on FD and like Mewtwo King's just like spamming up air, and killing him with it. But in between it, he was doing some of the AC nairs that like I've been trying to practice, and I was like, oh my god, like have I never like noticed like how like clean his execution was on just like that like little thing, like
Everything there was beautiful. Everything that you just did was like chef's kiss.
yeah, that continuation on the side platform is not something I probably would have attempted.
The fucking double fair up tilt, and then he somehow like ASDI down on it into got on the ground, and then you dash danced around the get up attack and got him. Like, no, that was Wrinkle. That was a truly wrinkly play. that was a big brain one. And oh my god, the ambiguous up B. Let's go. You killed him.
Yeah, I've spent most of my career off stage, so I would say recovery is something I definitely...
This guy doesn't know what to do. He's like, Marth with brain, I don't understand. I feel like Marth is like simultaneously the one of the most circle block goes in circle shaped hole characters, but also like not at all, because like while it's true he plays the natural advantage states well, and a lot of that is intuitive, like how you actually find the kills with him and like convert in those like more delicate situations is not intuitive at all. So it's like his challenges are in really like he's great and it's clear why he's good, but his challenges are in such weird places. But they are there. They're just not like... I feel like we don't notice them versus Falco and Fox just because of their shit defense. But, like, against anyone who doesn't die on contact to him, like, I totally see why you can kind of get, like, sucked into, like, just grab these characters kind of, like Icy's style game plan. But, like, you can see it's so much more powerful when we use our full kit.
Yeah. Which is funny, this guy, I feel like this guy's stronger than the last guy I fought. But he kind of just got, got grabbed 4 times there.
It's not even that he got grabbed 4 times, like he got touched 4 times, like, cause we're also converting off the nairs and stuff now. Like, I feel like nair is rapidly becoming like one of our MVPs in terms of like combo starters. And I think that like when we can get like our fairs and like our other thing, like when we can get our fairs and our up tilts and our like up tilts and down tilt mix ups like into a similar place, and they'll never be quite as good. Like Nair's base power is just so hard to beat in terms of efficiency. But like if we can get our tipped fairs into the same place and get our soft fairs and like the other things into like in down tilt mix ups into like, you know, into like a more comparable zone, I think that you're gonna be really surprised at how deadly you can be.
Yeah.
On the subject of Mewtwo King, you were talking about like how he's so clean at stuff. Mewtwo King, like, unironically, was like the first pro gamer at this game. Like, he was like truly, like, when he was the best player, he was truly unique. Like, nobody... I know it's, like, cliche to talk about his reign, but, like, how 2007 Mewtwo King, but, like, it's one of those, like, you really had to be there. I don't know if you were around for that, but, like, you had to be there. Like...
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't, but, I mean, like, I've seen the videos, but so I guess it doesn't...
The video... as somebody who was around, let me just tell you, the videos don't do it justice.
Yeah.
Like... We had never seen someone who just touched you and vaporized you.
Yeah.
Like, and it didn't matter what character you were. I think it was like, if you were Chudat's Ice Climbers or Hugs' Samus, you sometimes survived. And that was it. Like, if you were anyone else, you just, like, instantly were vaporized. That's ridiculous. Like, how?
Yeah.
But he did it. Like, and I think that, like, kind of, like, it was so, like, it really made it hard to like, because it was the first, like, person who really, like, understood the game at that level, it made it really hard to, like, not believe him when he said that Mango's, like, character was just the problem. Because it's like, yeah, like, Jigglypuff can't be murdered. And, like, we kind of understood that, like, it was hyperbole when he started going Falco, but, like, man, there was that period where it was just like, maybe this is just the right way to play, and Mango got lucky. Like, there was that doubt, and it's so hard to, like, it's so easy to, like, look back and be like, okay, obviously Mango was something else, and, like, had like, even more figured out. But, like, man, at the time, it was so hard to know. Because, like, this guy just because it's not like he stopped vaporizing everyone else, right?
Yeah.
So
But that was also kind of like the reverse Mewtwo King effect, where I feel like for a long time people thought Marth kind of like didn't suck, but like I think over exaggerated his weaknesses and like, or well, some of his like not his matchups that weren't Fox or Falco.
Zane is a huge pioneer for that.
Yeah, I mean, like I remember, I mean, like I had another friend who was really good at the game, but he also played Marth, and I remember like us kind of like talking about like pivot F smash and like some of the stuff that Zane is doing that like Mewtwo King never really did, like in like I don't know, like 2015, 2016, and then like a couple years later, like Zane started doing all of it, and we were like, we knew like this is possible. Like Marth's actually really good. Like all these like matchups that like everyone says he just couldn't do.
I like that you went for the edge grab there, even though the counter would have worked, because I think that the edge grab is a better route overall, and I think that as you're like getting better, you're starting to see like why that's so, because they can't like sweet spot around it and stuff in nearly the same capacity. On the subject of Zane, I agree completely. Like Mewtwo King and PPMD, like for all of the wonders that they did for the character, and they did a lot of wonders, they did kind of like stick to their comfort zones. I think that Zane is truly like the first Marth player who's like not just like stuck to the things that like immediately clicked with them.
Yeah. Oh, nice save.
Oh, you could have killed him with Get Up Attack.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect placement on that bear.
Yeah.
I think that this is some of the best I've seen you play.
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, and this is also a matchup I like weirdly feel confident in, which I feel like is maybe not the case for I don't know, like players in my skill level. There was a Falco player who I was losing to again and again, and I like trying to what's the word?
Oh, nair after that forward. No, nair after the forward throw.
Yeah. That's a great.
Or like Rising Fair is also fine, but like yeah, I'm a nair believer at like 20 or 30 or whatever it was. Go off.
Okay.
Yeah, like when she's down there, just head off and up B her or something. No need to respect the peach. See, like when we backed up, that's when we lost. That's when we lost, when we backed off. Once she drops below the down tilt, get ready. Like that's when you get ready to like wave dash grab the edge, or run off fair if you're not able to do it. Nice. Okay. Okay, so when you're edge guarding her, try to keep her within one full hop of you, which means that sometimes we do go on the platforms, and then we're just going to try to bat her away with fair as much as we possibly can. Like, bat her away with fair until something better presents itself. If she's low off stage, it is okay to, like, down tilt her. It's okay to, like, go off and fair her. Like, we don't, like, nothing is off the table for, like, if it involves hitting fair or down tilt. Like, because, again, we don't want to actually, like, give her height. If we can get a, like, kill with tipper or something, then fine. There we go. That looks better.
Yeah.
Oh, we had the up tilt, yeah.
Um,
That's okay. At that height, we can side B fair her. I mean, side B up tilt her. Nice. This guy's not happy. He got out of there?
Yeah.
Not surprised. He doesn't want to lose. He's like, this guy's playing so lame now. Like, he's not like just giving me like free wins. Oh, relaxing. I know this guy. Okay.
I think I know this guy too.
Isn't he a puff player?
Maybe I'm thinking of a different guy. I think I know a Falco player by the name of Relaxin. Oh.
I mean, Puff, Falco, they're basically the same character.
But the guy I know, I feel like I'd be surprised if you would know him as well. But actually, I feel like if it's the guy I know, I would assume our ping would be better.
It's all good. Dunkaroos. So I don't have as many specific takeaways for you today. But like the big one is just everything you're doing, everything you're pushing right now, continue. Keep going, keep going. Because this is so fundamental to like your improvement, because we can't really access the more we can't access the more granular things or like the minutia without us getting this down. Because like it all starts with like if we take the idea that like neutral like is what informs punish, like neutral is informed by punish in terms of like what the things to avoid are, we can't really get into like the more deeper conditioning ideas and stuff until we have that firmer like a firmer relationship between those two in place on our opponents. And the only way we get that is by hitting them harder.
Yeah.
Because I want to do the cool stuff too, but like we also need to make sure our basics are like well-rounded enough for us to be able to pursue it more effectively. So this is like so fundamental. But I will say, from what I've seen today, you are doing a fantastic job with it. So keep up the great work. And if you have any questions or like need any help between the next 2 weeks, like hit me up. Again, I am here to help.
Okay.
So with that, let's queue up, and after this game, we'll probably part ways. But if you want to keep playing him, totally fine.
All right, sounds good.
I'll probably play my own Falco. I like to think of myself as like a great value, like as a bargain brand magi.
Oh yeah.
I triple up here spike someone today.
I'm trying to think of like distinct magi characteristics, and like I'm surprised up air wasn't like the first thing that came to mind.
think that this is the type of matchup where we need more Nair take laser fair.
Okay.
Because this guy likes lasers.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, I feel like I was having a much harder time hitting him with Nair than the other two Falcos I was just playing.
Yeah, so like what he's doing to like stop your Nair is basically shooting those like middle and those high lasers. But what we can do is we can just jump sooner and then just take laser fair stuff.
Okay.
Because like remember, nice.
Oh, that's bullshit. But
should be a kill. Nice.
ooh, that's a great.
One small tip before we part. When you're doing Nairs that are going to be turned into take laser fairs, don't do them frame perfectly. Do the Nair like because you want the altitude so that you can get higher in the air and then have more time to fair coming down.
Okay.
Aside from that though, everything that you're working on, keep doing it. I'll let you go, but take care and this looks much better. Like keep going. All right, later Wrinkle.
All right. Yep, thank you. See you.